We regret to inform you that this video was filmed and produced before the NFL playoffs were announced. Enjoy Alan's either correct or incorrect choices for your entertainment.
Hi, and welcome back to Not Indie Games. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about sports ball, specifically football. If you don't know about me or don't follow my Twitter, because if you scroll through my Twitter, it is just football. Half the time, most of the time, majority of the time. It's a lot. But to be fair, Tater can even pull up the tweet. I do warn at the beginning of the season saying, hey, if you don't want to hear football tweets or see football tweets, don't follow. Mute me or whatever. But I mean, I'm a big football fan. I'm a sports fan in general. I specifically have Minnesota sports. So I'm actively a masochist, and I'm okay with that. Why did my camera get... Hello? Focus. There we go. Okay. I am a diehard Minnesota sports fan. I'm not saying the Vikings or any of my sports teams are great. I just like them, and I cheer for them. And I'm not going to cheer for any other team. These are my teams, and I'm sticking with it. So, in honor of the playoffs, because when this video comes up, the playoffs will be starting. I think the first game's at 3:30 on Saturday. Yeah, so the first game's 3:30 on Saturday. This video will be up Saturday at noon. So 3 hours before the game starts, here are my predictions of who's going to win what. I'm going to have because I want to know what games are win, so I'm giving an accurate timeline. So I'm having that on the other monitor here. Okay, so the first game will be the Seahawks and 49ers, which is down here. And, honestly, Seattle's just happy to be there, considering Detroit bailed them out and, did them a solid by beating the Packers. I really don't see them getting around the San Francisco's defense. That defense is just way too good. The pass rush is nuts. I mean, Brock Purdy's been playing really good as a quarterback. For a rookie, he's been doing really well. Granted, he doesn't have to do much. But he got Christian McCaffrey. He has Brandon. He's got a lot of guys he can throw to. George Kittle, obviously. And that the addition of Christian McCaffrey is just taking that offense to a new height. And honestly, I just see San Francisco winning the game. So then the next game. Oh, by the way, I don't say I'm qualified to I'm not I know sports very well. I used to play football for a long time, but I'm not a professional. These are just my feelings. So, you can tell me I'm wrong. I don't really care. The Jacksonville Chargers game is arguably going to be probably the best game of Wild Card Weekend. Just because no one really knows who's going to win that game. It's truly balanced. Jacksonville, I think everyone to a degree is kind of cheering for Jacksonville just because they're not normally there. So it'd be interesting. I'm cheering for Jacksonville if I'm honest. The Chargers, again, they've had a pretty good year. They're getting healthy at the right time though, which is key. Keenan Allen's coming back. Mike Williams' ankle injury doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. A lot of their defenders are coming back at the right time and playing really well. So I think both coaches are also coaching the teams really well. So it's going to be whoever makes the mistakes. And I think the Chargers have a history of making some very questionable coaching decisions. So I don't know if it's... I actually want Jacksonville... I think Jacksonville's going to win, but... I want to believe that they're going to win, and so I'm picking Jacksonville. And then the next one... So, this is not how the bracket would work, is it? I'm just now realizing. That's not how this would work. We'll say Jackson. We'll put Jacksonville here, but then we'll see. Because how this works, for anyone who doesn't know, is this is a long explanation. So basically, the lowest ranked opponent will go play the highest ranked opponent, and then the next highest opponent would have the home game, and then anyone else would go play that other team. I think I explained it fairly well. I'm not good at explaining things, but so we'll keep Jacksonville here for now, but they might move. Probably not though. So Cincinnati and Baltimore. Or no, who's next? I'm going in order here. So the next game would be on Sunday at noon. That's going to be Bills and Dolphins. That's down here. Buffalo, Miami. The Miami is very much limping into the playoffs. They're not going to have Tua. I struggle to see a way. Like, they have really good receivers. And, they might put up some points. But if anything, if the Miami Jets game was any indication of how the offenses are going to play, I have a hard time thinking Miami's going to go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo that banged up. I think they're just happy to be here. I think Buffalo wins. They're the 2 seed. They're going to move on. Baltimore, Cincy. Cincinnati, Baltimore again, they're also kind of limping in. Lamar, I think it has been confirmed not playing, so they're out with their QB. Their defense is good, but I think Cincinnati just has too much firepower on offense, and their defense is playing really well. So honestly, I think Cincinnati is going to move on. And then the game after that, the game I'm most excited for, this is my Vikings. It's the Vikings and Giants. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to pick Minnesota because I'm a homer. Well, yes and no. So I think the Giants are a very well-rounded team. They're basically the Vikings, but watered down. They play a lot of close games, never winning anything super definitively, but they win. They're well coached, just like the Vikings are. I could easily see the Giants winning this game. I could easily see the Vikings winning this game. Vikings are kind of a boom-bust team, and I could see them winning every game to the Super Bowl and losing, and I could see them losing in the first round of the Giants by 50. Like, they're just I don't know what to expect from them. But I think with the crowd noise, because it's going to be in Minnesota, it's going to be a lot of hype. I struggle to see Minnesota losing this game, but I could also, I don't struggle to see them losing, but I think that they're going to win. I think they have a little bit better of an offense. Defensively, they're both not great. But I think the Giants do have a little bit better of a defense advantage. But I think Minnesota has just a little bit more firepower on offense. And Kirk Cousins has been a lot more steadier than Daniel Jones. And I think the Vikings win. But again, I could easily see the Giants winning the game, and they're not afraid of the Vikings, and nor should they be. Then if the Giants win, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'd honestly be happy for them for how much crap they've been going through. So, yeah, really, good luck to you, Giants fans out there. I hope I hope you're happy with the season. So, but yeah, Minnesota going on. And then the night game on Sunday will be the Ravens and Bengals, and which would be Cincinnati and Baltimore. And I think I did that. I did do that out of order because I was looking at I already did this game. God, so this is the night game. I messed that up. This is the night game. Sunday at 7. So what? I'll show you real quick. What threw me off? Because this is the order because the Vikings are my team on ESPN. It puts them as the first game you see, so it threw me off. Because I just went Dolphins, Bills, and then went down to Bengals. So sorry about that. But yes, so that's done. So then the last game is the Cowboys and Buccaneers, and I really don't care who wins this game. It's a crapshoot. Cowboys are just like the Vikings, and they're very boom bust. I mean, they had a horrible performance against Washington Commanders, but they've also blown out the Vikings 40-3. So who knows? Who knows what team's gonna show up? And the Buccaneers are here because their division sucks. They won their division. Whoop-de-doo, you're 8-9. Tom Brady, the husk of Tom Brady, is. I don't even want to say he's carrying this team. I don't know what's carrying this team into the playoffs. Anger and determination, I think. But Dallas is the better team overall. But Tom Brady has the pedigree and the. I don't know, man. I don't want Tom Brady to win another one. I don't even hate the guy. I'm tired of seeing him win. I just want someone else to win. That's honestly all it is. I don't even hate him. I really don't hate the guy. I just want someone else to win. So I'm picking Dallas, but I could easily see Tampa winning this game. I don't even feel confident about the pick, dude. But so Dallas is winning. Dallas is winning. So with that means that we have Kansas City, and they're playing Jacksonville, and then we'll have Cincinnati, and they're going to Buffalo. We'll have San Francisco, and Minnesota's going to San Fran, and then we'll have Dallas going to Philly. These are a lot better matchups, a lot more exciting matchups in my mind. So we'll start just up here. Kansas City versus Jacksonville. Every part of me wants to pick Jacksonville just because I'm really cheering for them. They're I'm so happy they're there. But in all reality, let's be honest, Kansas City is just a better offense. Their defense, when they're on, they're pretty good. You know, they can be off, but they're a little bit on. And Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Jerick McKinnon has been really good for them. I miss him. I miss him as a Viking. Man, they're having too much fun. You know, and it's gonna be Kansas City. I wouldn't say it's a steamroll, but it's definitely, unless Jacksonville's defense can, because Jacksonville would have to play immaculate defense, and they already do pretty well on defense. But Trevor Lawrence will have to be on it perfectly, and even then, I don't know if it's enough. So I think Kansas City wins that one. And then this one, Cincinnati Buffalo, the game that we never got to see due to unfortunate circumstances, and I'm really glad that DeMar is doing a lot better. And he actually got to go home, so thankful for that. But this is touted as the matchup. This is the matchup. Well, this one and then the AFC Championship game are like a high alert watched games, because these are going to be whoever wins between either Kansas City, Buffalo, or Cincy have a clear shot at winning the Super Bowl. So one of the three Super Bowl champs are coming from these games, and I wouldn't be surprised. So Cincy has a really good offense. Buffalo's defense has been very hit or miss. But Buffalo also has the offense, but Josh Allen also has a lot of red zone turnovers. I kind of, but it's also hard to argue against Buffalo. They have a lot of emotional high going into this. They want to do it for DeMar. Man, that's a toss up. It's really a toss up. I like both teams. Don't get me wrong. I like the Bills. I like cheering for the Bills. Stephon Diggs is ex-Viking. He's a super cool dude for us. I want to cheer for him. But since he's also, they've had a long history of being bad, but Joey Burrow, the money man himself, I really admired, or not admire, but I really like Joey Burrow. Jamar Chase, they have a 3-headed receiving core. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, or Tyler Boyd can all beat you. So, and there's still Joe Mixon in the backfield. And Man, I think if Cincy is on, if Cincy's like on, like they're fully, I could easily see them winning in Buffalo. This is gonna be the hardest one to pick, I think. I'm gonna go Cincy. I'm gonna go Cincy here. And it's not by much. This is gonna be down to a field goal, and either team could win this game, and I would be happy for them. And honestly, I would be there just to watch the damn game, because that would be. I think that Cincy Buffalo game is going to be the game of the playoffs, and then followed closely by the AFC Championship game. But yeah, we'll go Cincy here. Then we go to the NFC, and we got, so the first game is Philly and Dallas, and I mean that's just Philadelphia all day. The Jalen Hurts is healthy. The defense is playing well. I mean, they haven't been playing well recently, but they're all rested. And I don't see Philly losing that game. If Dallas isn't the one that makes it out, which a lot of people aren't expecting Dallas to, just because they looked very bad against Washington. If Tampa goes to Philly, I still don't see them winning. So I think Philly wins whoever comes out of that game. So, you know, even if let's say the Giants do upset Minnesota, they were the ones going to Philly. I mean, I don't see anyone other than San Francisco. I don't see anyone beating Philly other than San Francisco. So, yeah, Philly moves on pretty easily. And then you got San Francisco and Minnesota. And this is not a game I'm looking forward to as a Viking fan. You know, this is kind of death's door for, I think, the Viking season. Minnesota would have to play an astronomically perfect game on defense. And on the offensive line would have to hold up immaculately against that pass rush. I just don't see it. Like, as a Viking fan, as much as I want to put them in the Super Bowl, I'm being realistic with you here. I see us winning one game. I don't see us winning two. I don't see us getting around San Fran, and I don't think anyone would really blame us. All I'm hoping for is a competitive game. That's all I want. I don't want to get blown out. Make it close. Be competitive. But let's be real. San Francisco. And I'm being honest with you. I'm shooting you straight. Then we get Kansas City and Cincinnati. Now, this would have, this could also be game of the playoffs. And, I mean, Kansas City is just on another level. But then you want to say that, but then Cincinnati has beaten, what's the stat? I think it's either Joe Burrow has never lost to Kansas City. Well, it would be true either way. I think the state's fact is that Patrick Mahomes has never beaten Kansas. Joe Burrow has won 3 times in a row. So he's won it each time they played. Yeah, so I think that's the stat. Joe Burrow hasn't lost to Patrick Mahomes. And I mean, again, if Cincy's on, they're a really good team. They're like the perfect team. And I could easily see them winning in Arrowhead. Like, I genuinely can. I'll be honest. But again, even if Cincy's on and Kansas is on, like, man, that's gonna be a barn burner. You know, not many teams go back-to-back Super Bowls. But I mean, honestly, I could see Cincy doing it again. They're getting healthy at the right time. They're getting everyone back. They're getting, they're hitting their stride very, at the perfect time. You know, but I think at the end of the day, I think Patrick Mahomes finds a way. And I think it's gonna be Kansas City. I think it's gonna be Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. But again, I could see the Bills or Cincinnati all being in the championship game. All 3 of them have a chance, and all 3 of them are gonna fight like hell. And they're gonna, whatever game they play, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. So, like, Kansas City and Bills AFC Championship game would be nuts because it's going to be in Atlanta. It's going to be in a dome. There's going to be no weather. They're just going to be flinging that ball all around. But I think Kansas City is the AFC Championship winner. And then we have Philly and San Fran, and this is where Philly loses. I'm going to be real. San Fran is a lot better of a team. Like, yes, Philly has more wins, but they started to falter, and you just start picking consistency at this point. And San Fran hasn't lost they've won 10 in a row. And I think San Fran has the defense to stop Philly's offense, and they have just enough of an offense to get it done. And I think it's going to be Kansas City and San Francisco in the Super Bowl, and that's going to be a great game because you have the high-flying Kansas City Chiefs offense versus our really good defense, and you have a Kansas City defense that can be suspect at times. They have been this year. I will admit they've been a little bit better as they got in the playoffs, before they got in the playoffs, but, you know, this is a tough one to pick. I'm going to say San Francisco wins the Super Bowl. I'm going to say the final score is going to be 27-20. San Francisco over the Chiefs. But it's going to be a great game. Hell, I think it's going to be closer than that. It's going to be 27-23. Last second touchdown kind of a thing. It's going to be San Francisco. That's my first bracket. Take that, screenshot it, and we'll call it like my realistic bracket, right? The bracket I know, or not know, but like is more viable. Now we're gonna do the unrealistic bracket. I'm not changing anything on the AFC side. The NFC side, literally all we're doing is just taking the Vikings and putting them in the Super Bowl. That's the unrealistic bracket. They're gonna go to San Fran, somehow beat San Fran, somehow beat Philadelphia, and just like how they've always won their games this year, like on some stupid thing, like how in Buffalo we just got the fumble on the goal line and got a touchdown last second. Like, it's just gonna be stupid plays, and we're gonna get to the Super Bowl, and we're gonna win the Super Bowl on a stupid play, like we have been all year. So that's the thing with Minnesota, and I'm gonna rant a little, not rant, but like with the Minnesota Vikings, they could easily make the Super Bowl by stumble fucking and winning by 3, not convincingly, the same way they have been all year. Or they get blown out by 50 by the Giants, and that's the end of it. And there's no in-between. There's a few in-betweens. Well, we could lose to San Fran, or even if we somehow get past San Fran, we'll lose to Philly. And Minnesota wins the Super Bowl. And they're going to win 30-27. You know, like... And I get to celebrate my first championship since 1991, and I wasn't even alive for it, but that was the last time Minnesota won anything. It was the Twins. I swear I'm not a masochist. Yes, I am. I am a masochist. But, you know, hey. So, yeah, that's my bracket. So, if you like this, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I mainly do video game content, but I'm going to start doing more sports content, and hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you do. Hopefully I can get some people who aren't into sports into it because you like me because of my video game stuff. But we'll see. So, those are my picks. And we'll see you after. I'm going to definitely do a video when the inevitable Vikings lose the playoffs. And we'll see the degree of sadness I will be in. So, watch out for that. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.